Thanks for joining us tonight. Social media can play a vital role for candidates in election season. We've seen it before where a candidate says or does something controversial, then it trends all over the internet. Quentin Smith speaks with a political expert on the role social media plays during a campaign. Quentin, we've had recent examples of this in a local race.
That's right, Scott. An audio recording was published on social media where Monroe County Sheriff Cecil Cantrell could be heard threatening to fight some of his employees. This comes on the heels of a video that was released just last week where an inmate was seen putting signs together with his name on them. Political experts say these types of things can both help and hurt a candidate. From controversial remarks made by a state senator to a controversial video of an inmate putting signs together with the sheriff's name on them, when political controversy happens, social media is usually the go-to platform where it's aired.
This is the time for people to look through their archives, whatever might be on their cell phone or anything that might be left over from an old media appearance that might be recovered and could be used and in some cases taken totally out of context. To try to make some sort of political point or give somebody political advantage.
Dr. Brian Anderson is a political science professor at Mississippi University for Women. He says sometimes candidates will do these things as part of a political strategy.
Sometimes bad news is all the news you get, and you can turn bad news in the moment into a means of getting further attention, and it might actually draw attention to your message.
Anderson admits controversial things being released on social media can play a factor in the outcome of an election. He says at times it can work in the candidate's favor.
Could be something that, while embarrassing, say in a kind of mainstream sense, might actually appeal to some of their base.
And then there are times when it can work against them.
If there's something clearly depicted, especially like a physical act of violence or crime or something like that, that's going to be very, very difficult for the candidate to recover from.
The political professor says just because one candidate might overcome something negative being published about them on social media, it doesn't work that way for everyone.
There's no one model for how these things play out. It depends on the actual issue and also how skillfully the candidate handles the revelation of this information.
Anderson says it's not a surprise when these types of things happen. He says it's all a part of politics. Scott?